All right, everyone, welcome to Nightmares Radio. It's a new web radio that we're going to be introducing for the 2013-2014 season. 2013 season is over, but we're still hard at work. We're still trying to bring bigger and better things for you. To my left, you got Mitch Chalk, is D tackle for Lorain County Nightmares, and he's also part of our ownership staff. How you doing, Mitch?
Pretty good. Getting ready for next season.
Yeah. I don't know if you can notice. We'll show you guys some clips here a little bit, but we're actually at the first annual Coach's Steak Dinner here at the VFW in Elyria.
Pretty good turnout. It looks like we're going to fill up all the seats.
Yeah, it looks like there's about 250 fans here right now. It's pretty awesome. We have a few annual food meeting things here. I know we had our spaghetti dinner here as well, which we had over 350 people, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, these are the same people that we see on Saturday nights, and it's always great to see them and just kind of hang out and have some food with them and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you guys fans can notice, but right in front of us we have the new uniforms for the 2014 season. We're still working on them, but this is the kind of the new look. We're still definitely going to wear our blacks because I think our all black uniforms are kind of like our signature uniforms.
Yeah. I think new for this year. It seems like we're getting pretty good feedback from the white on white.
Yep.
And I think we got to add a little more to the pants, maybe a little green, but I think it's going to be a nice switch off from the black and the blue. So
yeah,
we're going to look good.
That's part of the mission for us next year is we want to do everything bigger and better. Fans are getting kind of rowdy right now, which is awesome. I guess the first thing I kind of want to do is I want to thank everyone that was a part of everything this year. It was a big year for us. It was our first year. We went, 12-3, 12-0 in the regular season, 2-0 in the playoffs, and then we lost the championship game by 3 points. Kind of a heartbreaker, but at the same time, we're a humble team. We work hard. That's part of what we do out here.
Yeah, it was a good year, and to come up 3 points short just makes us that much more hungry for this year and to get the championship. And now with the harder league, it's going to make everything a little bit more competitive. And that's all you ask for as a player, to play in teams that are going to be competitive and that can make your team better and your organization better. So
I know one of the biggest things we got this year was did you expect to make it this far? And I know going with the talks at the beginning of the year, we expected nothing less. If anything, we came up short because I expected a championship, you expected a championship, and it didn't happen. We made it there, but we ended up losing that game. You can only point the finger at yourself when those things happen because you cause those mistakes, but we're out here working hard.
Yeah, I mean, the guys we've picked up so far are just buying in, and I've seen them in the weight room, and we're all working hard for next year. And, I've gotten the same question a lot, and I was talking to one of our players, Manny Sanchez, about it today. And, we both talked about it, and he didn't really he wasn't sure what to expect from the semi-pro football team. And what we showed him and how far we got was nothing a surprise to us, but to him it was like, wow, this is something that I definitely want to be a part of for years to come, and I hope that our new players see that too. So
yeah, I agree. And going back to some of those things you were saying about this semi-pro thing, is I think the biggest kind of misconception of semi-pro football is that of its Sunday league softball type of league. And honestly, there are, I would say, 80% of those football teams that are out there where they just show up to the games. They don't really give much effort in practice. They just kind of show up because they want to play and kind of relive some kind of glory.
Right.
Whereas we for Lorain County, we ended that name of semi-pro. We turned it into a minor league football team because that's exactly what we are. We're minor league. We're trying to get some guys looks back into college or into the pros arena, Canadian Football League and stuff like that. We don't do anything semi around here. There's a lot of work and a lot of effort that gets put into here. We have everyone's, in the practice right now. Everyone's at Powerhouse Gym. Give a big shout out to Powerhouse Gym, one of our biggest sponsors. They gave every one of our guys gym memberships. We're out there working hard, getting ready for that 2014 season. But going back to what I was saying is we don't do anything semi-pro around here. This is all, very professional. It's a class act organization. We averaged 1,200 fans, last year, and in the playoffs, that championship game, we had 2,200. So it's big kudos to Lorain County because I don't think anyone does it better than them.
No, I mean the turnout we've had and the support from Lorain County. Me and you knew that could have happened, and it has, and hopefully we can just keep building on it. So yeah, I mean this year is going to be great as far as our fan turnout, and Midview High School has been great for us.
They have, I agree.
Great field. I mean, beautiful for high school, and it's working out great for us. So we're just looking forward to it again, man. I'm ready to strap them on again. So
yeah, I agree. I think the biggest thing is, they kind of ask why we did this, or why did we decide to bring it to Lorain County, and the biggest answer is, this is our home, this is where we were raised, and we know that there's a lot of greatness in our communities, and we wanted to give back. We wanted to give to the community because they know that they were going to give back to us. There's a lot of chatter around there of I wouldn't say negative, but I would say definitely not on our boat yet. But we just do we're hard workers. We're Lorain County. We put our hard hats on. We go to work every day, and we show up and we try to make our lives better and the people around us better. I would say the biggest thing with what we're trying to do here is we have a big goal in mind. This year, we came up with the motto 2.5, Nightmares 2.5, because we're not doing things twice as better. We're doing it 2.5 times better. We're going to blow everything up. This is kind of part of the radio that we're doing right now. We want to give back to the fans. We want to kind of give them an insight of what our mind is, what we're thinking as an organization.
Right. Yeah, I mean the 2.5 is a great motto. I think it's really going to help us build, and hopefully the players we get, are going to be 2.5 times better as far as their commitment off the field, because we don't just ask our players to play football. We ask them to show up to our events and help out with the community. And back, what you were saying about Lorain County, unfortunately the area has gone downhill, Elyria, Lorain and stuff, but we know there's good people here. We've lived with them, we've played football with them, and unfortunately a lot of the players have fell out of college or haven't gotten to where they should have been, and we recognize the talent, and that's basically why we started the team. Me and you wanted to keep playing football, but we knew that other guys did too and wanted another chance, and that's what it's all about, trying to get guys into college, maybe into arena football. I don't personally like arena. I like the real thing, 11 on 11.
I'm there with you.
But
nothing against it, it's just not for me.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get guys into college, and that always helps out with their personal life too, their professional life. We all carry our jobs and everything, so we want to have guys have a life as far as having a great job off the field and coming to help us out on Saturdays to win games. It's a beautiful thing when you can see fans at your business, and they're going to come out and support you playing Saturday night, and it's not like Sunday night, softball or those kind of leagues. It's real football, and with the league, it's in a time where football isn't being played. It's in the summer, and people miss it in that time. I know me and you do.
I agree.
What's on? Baseball?
Yeah.
Baseball is 6 months of the year. You get bored.
Yeah, I agree. Baseball at one point in time was America's pastime, but it's kind of shifted to where football is. And, part of our vision was, you have a lot of these minor league baseball teams that are really successful. They bring in big crowds. Obviously they're a farm system to the major leagues, and they kind of have that money support, financial support. But why can't football do it? That's kind of the biggest question. There is no minor league football other than, what we kind of made of it. So we're trying to build ourselves into something bigger than just kind of a minor league football team. We want to keep growing. We want to eventually have a lot of our own stuff. So we're getting there. The biggest thing I would say with kind of the individuals that we took this year, we had some some not pros. We had some guys that played collegiate. We had some guys that played a little bit of collegiate, but end up not finishing all their college. But at the same time, we took 60 individuals that didn't really know each other. Some did, some didn't. Majority of the whole didn't know each other, and we turned them into a big family. And I think that's one of the biggest things that you do notice with this team is we're truly a family. We support each other. When anybody needs help, we're out there to do it. We're huge in the community. We love Lorain County, and we want to keep giving back to them. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep being influential. Looking back at this past season, what was probably your biggest moment for Lorain County Nightmares of 2013 year? What would you say your biggest moment was?
I mean, probably coming out that championship game.
Yeah.
And hosting all 3 playoffs games that we played.
Yeah, that was huge for us this year.
I mean, the fan turnout, and it's giving me chills right now thinking about it, coming out that championship game. And it's just too bad we couldn't pull it out. But that was, I think, the biggest point. You get caught up in the season, and I'm sure there's other things I could think of. But right now, I mean, just coming out for a championship game and having a chance to win, a ring or trophy and be the king of that league. And even moving forward in this better league, it's the same principle. You still want to be the best and the champion. So we're looking forward to it. I mean,
I agree. I think we were in a really, great spot this year where we were actually able to host our first 2 playoff games, and then we end up winning the bid for the championship game. But fans will be right back after this. We have a few advertisements for our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
All right.
I just stopped it because you started talking.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It is fun.
Fans, so we're back here with Nightmares Radio. To my left, I got Carlos Clipper, the defensive coordinator for Lorain County Nightmares. How are you doing, Carlos?
I'm doing very well. How are you today?
I'm great. Great turnout tonight. Nice to see all these fans out here. Anytime you get support like this, it's always great.
I agree with you. But you know what? I think it's a credit to what we achieved last year on the football field.
Yeah, I think there's a definitely direct translation. Let's try that. Let's try one more time. All right, I'm back here with Nightmares Radio. I got to my left, I got Coach Carlos Clipper. He's the defensive coordinator for Lorain County Nightmares. How you doing, Carlos?
I'm doing good, Sonny. How are you today?
I'm doing great. It's great to see all these fans out here supporting us, and anytime we have any kind of event, I feel like we always get a great turnout.
Well, you know what? I think the fans have been great all year, and I think because of the way we perform on the football field this year, participated for these fans to come out and support the way that they have today.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty loud in here. I think it's a great, translation between when we're successful on the field, we're successful off the field. When we're out there in the community comes out to support us as well.
I agree that this community has been very supportive all year long.
So, the biggest thing with this, with our first episode that we're doing is we're trying to build up, our Nightmares Radio. But, this first episode is kind of a reflection on the 2013 season. Being the first year and looking back, what do you think are some of the wins, and what do you think, what we could have done better this year?
Well, you know what? I think that we did very well in the first year. And to get any better than what we were, I think that what we would have to be on the level of Jesus Christ. Because 12-1 is a great year. I don't care how you look at it in your first season.
Yeah, I agree. 12-1 is good. I did have those expectations of 13-0, but you always have those hiccups, and unfortunately, our hiccup came at the last game of the year, which is usually the biggest one.
Well, you know what? It's got me hungrier, and I know it's got you hungrier. And I think if we would have went 13-0, I think we might have taken what was going on last year for granted.
I agree. I think a big thing, it's getting louder in here because we got the music going, but I agree. I think the sense of hunger that we have right now is huge. These guys know what it feels like to have that, to be on the cusp of a championship, but they also they really know what it feels like to lose that championship.
Exactly. I think from what I've seen on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the weight room is a direct reflection of what happened in the championship game. I believe that the mass number of young men that we see in that weight room working together, becoming closer, and just the overall attitude that they have while they're in there is a direct reflection of what our expectations are for this season coming ahead.
Yeah, I agree. Being in the weight room myself, we have great numbers in there, and I think the biggest thing that we do differently than these other football teams is we don't just recruit and add talent, we develop talent. And I think that's a huge thing.
I agree with you. I believe that the coaching staff that you guys have put together, as well as the support that we get from the community, it keeps us humble, but as well we're hungry because of that type of support.
I agree. And I would say that the fans got something exciting coming in 2014.
I think so as well. The number of young men that we had come out for the football team said a lot about what the community and how the community looks at us.
I agree, and I think it's only going to get bigger and better. I tell you what, I expect more fans in those seats. I expect a harder-hitting football team. I expect a faster football team. I expect a more dominant, more disciplined, more educated football team out there.
I think so. I expect the same thing.
I think 2013 was a coming out party. I think 2014 was going to be that graduation.
I think so as well. I believe totally in our ownership, the coaches, and the players. From the top to the bottom, I think we're very solid, and we're going to be better than what we were last year.
So going back on that reflection that we're talking about for the 2013 season, what kind of brought you to gravitate to the Nightmares? I know a lot of these coaches and players, they went out a limb on this because there was no reputation, there was no past experience or history there. What brought you to join the Nightmares? And looking back at it, what do you think? What do you think we accomplished here?
Well, you know what? What drew me to the Nightmares was God. I thought it was a godsend. I'm a religious man. I'm a minister, and if God would not have brought me here, I would not be here. I prayed about it, and God brought me here. So to answer that question, God brought me here, and it's been a godsend for me. It's worked within the purpose that God has me. Trying to get young men jobs in the community, trying to help young men become better men. That's always been my purpose.
I agree. We said it from the very beginning of this year. This was a team of destiny. It wasn't by chance that all this came together. I think it was God's plan to bring us all together. That sounds, to some people that sounds kind of corny, but I really truly believe that how everything worked out and came together, that it was a plan. Yes,
definitely a plan.
And I know, looking back at it, we accomplished a lot of things, but we came up short on a lot of things, and we're hungry. I think our defense last year was definitely a strong point, but I think I can definitely see it getting stronger.
I do too. I think with the additions of the new players that we got during our tryouts are definitely going to make us stronger. I think the coaches have another year under their belt where they learn from the mistakes that we made last year, and I believe because of that, and as well, the coaching clinics that we are going to attend this year as well is going to make us a better coaching staff.
It's awesome. It's always great to not only develop your coach or your players, but your coaching staff as well.
I agree.
So now let's dig a little bit deeper. So, being the defensive coordinator, what do you think some of the strongholds on your defense were, and what do you think some of the weak points were?
Well, I think our defensive line was definitely by far our strongest point. Our defensive backs were very supportive, but they could have been better, and our linebackers were definitely a weak point for us last year. But I think through that first year and learning, the coaches as well as the players, knowing that they were a weak point, you can see those young men in the weight room right now they took responsibility for their mistakes and their shortcomings, and you can see that in the weight room.
That's always a great thing, and I'll definitely have to agree with you. I think those linebackers are one of the biggest family groups on our team. You see them working out together, constantly really pushing each other. I do have to agree with you, the defensive line. I am a defensive lineman, so I am biased, but I feel as a group, we had, we kind of had a nastiness to us. We had a group, we had a sense that no one was better than us, and we were going to show out every week. But at the same time, for myself especially, I feel that it could have been a lot better, which is kind of the scary point to it. I think we can improve upon a lot.
Well, I think with 3 Division III All-Americans on your defensive line and their pursuit for excellence is going to drive all of you guys over the top. Because on any given day that I go into the weight room, I might see you, I might see Mitch, and I might see Fedge. And you guys are working hard. So with that in mind, I know that you guys are really going to push each other, push yourselves, and become even better than what you were last year. Because you know what the stakes are from your past experience in playing football.
Yeah, and if I'm being completely honest with our fans and our viewers, I would definitely say, coming from a college background, I didn't really see any, I really believed in this team. That's why I started it, but I really didn't start it to keep playing. I kind of started it for my community. And this year, I definitely could have pushed myself a lot more and felt like I definitely always took it serious, but I didn't maybe have the passion that I have always played this game with, and I have a new refound passion for it. I'm hungry. And Mitch can say that, Fedge can say that. We're hungry, and I don't think we're going to let anything come. We won't leave any doubt this year.
I see that by the attendance and the work that I see in the weight room. I keep going back to the weight room because I believe 90% of the game is won in the weight room.
I agree. I think, going back to development is key, and developing players makes them more explosive, stronger, more resistant to injury, which is huge when you play a 15-game season.
I agree.
Especially in those latter of the season. But looking back, who would be your offensive MVP, and then who would be your defensive MVP for this year?
Going back, I would think my offensive MVP would have to be Cody Schuster.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree.
Yeah, and on defense, I would have to think it would be between you and Mitch. Yeah. I would make you guys co-MVPs because of the effect that you had on the football field.
And you already know my opinion in the matter. I definitely think it goes to Mitch Talk. I think he was a dynamic athlete at that defensive tackle. I think he created plays, and watching that highlight film of his and our team highlight, he made some explosive plays. He really shored up the inside of that line, and I think he created, if you didn't game plan for him, you were really cheating yourself out, as that other team did, because he made those plays.
I agree with you, but at the same time, I know a lot of times when we needed the big play, you made the big play as well. So that's why I say I would have to make it co-MVPs, because as well as he was effective, you was just as effective, especially in the fourth quarter when it counted.
Awesome. So let's take a little bit look forward. what will be your, let's say, your
my focus?
No,
on what we
not
need to
your
get better?
focus, but your big statement for 2014.
I think the big statement for 2014 would be that first game, OGK.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
That's
big game.
the statement.
For you fans that don't know, May 10th, the Nightmares' first game will be against Ohio Gold Knights. It will be a repeat of the championship game. It will be played in Akron this time. Hopefully, we can bring a lot of fans out there, but I think it definitely will be a statement game. We'll find out a lot of things next year.
Yes, and the statement will be that you got away with one the first time, but this second time you won't get away.
I think they're gonna hear that loud and clear, and I'm sure they got something to say about that as well. But
yes.
Thank you, Coach Clip, for joining us, and it was always a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
And I'm looking forward to 2014.
As am I. We'll be right back. We got a list of our one sponsor right now, but we definitely have some more sponsors coming in the future. Thank you, guys. See you here soon.
Pretty fun, isn't it? Yeah, I love that. That was pretty good. Because you know what? You can hear each other inside the Chiefs place. Hear each other inside the headphones and all that.
To my left right now, I got head coach Terry Murray back on Lorain County Nightmares radio. So Terry, looking back at it, the 2013 season, 12-1, undefeated in the regular season, 2 home playoff wins, and then of course we lost the championship game by 3.
Yeah, the championship game was a heartbreaker, no doubt, but I'm real proud of the guys, the way they fought all year, and they made a reputation for themselves, knowing that these teams are going to be facing us next year, are going to have their hands full. We're going to have...
looking back on it, we started from scratch, took a big leap of faith coming and joining the Nightmares. Was it worth it?
Absolutely. I mean, I really am living this right now. I tell everyone, it's like, is the season over? And it's like, the season's never over.
No, it's not.
I mean, we started preparing for 2014 the very next day. You know that.
Yeah.
So, it was definitely worth it. I'm excited for 2014, and we're out to get the ring in 2014.
I agree. I think if you had to pick one word to describe this whole organization, from players to ownership to coaches, it's hungry.
Absolutely. Right now, losing the championship by 3 points in a game that we're very confident we should have won, just really adds fuel to the fire for next year.
Yeah, it was definitely a heartfelt loss. You put a lot of work in going into the season. But, looking back, being honest, it's never fun to lose. But looking back on it, we started 2013. We didn't really start until January. We didn't have our first tryout until January. So it's definitely a crazy overhaul to do what we did in the short amount of time that we did it in.
Absolutely. I'm real proud of the guys that actually finished the season with us, and we made a few additions during the season that played a big role and a big factor in getting us into the championship game. And this year with the new additions, I'm really excited to see how it's going to take place.
Yeah. Well, I know you're pretty busy running the steak fry tonight, so we'll end this interview kind of short. We'll get back to it next week. The one-on-one, we'll go a little bit more in depth.
Yeah.
2013 MVPs, offense, defense. It's loud in here, guys, tonight, but the 2013 offense and defense MVPs.
Wow. Well, offense, I think it's a no-brainer. I think we got the best quarterback in the whole OFL, and I would say he offensively is the MVP.
Yeah, I agree. I would
defensively, a little bit different. There was quite a few guys. I think even yourself made a good run for us and had a few big games for us that actually I think you were instrumental in us getting the win. But I think overall, probably all year long, the guy that brought it and just brought the heat every game, and that the other teams had to prepare for was Mitch Talk. I'd say probably Mitch would be the MVP.
I 100% agree with you. I think Mitch had a hell of a season.
Yeah.
I think he was a force in the middle. If you didn't game plan for him, you definitely struggled that week.
Absolutely. If you weren't ready for Mitch, Mitch was ready for you.
Yeah.
So.
And we'll definitely, I'm going to show you guys some highlights during this interview. I'll show you some highlights of Mitch. Along with Cody, no-brainer on offense.
Yeah.
I think second to Cody, it can go to quite a few different individuals.
Absolutely.
I think that offense didn't have one really strong contributor other than Cody. I think Michael Mealing had a hell of a breakout season towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Adam Herbert was consistent all year. He's that playmaker. He's that difference maker at that tight end spot. Mismatch waiting to happen. Ricky Earl came on at the end of the year, with his speed, definitely tore it up.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to the offense, period, because when we first started, we put in a new kind of it's a spread offense, but maybe one that they had never played before.
Yeah.
And I told them if they hung in there and just bought into it, by the end of the year they'd be happy with it. And that's exactly what happened. They bought into it. We've got one of the best receiving corps in around the area.
Yeah, it's only getting better. I definitely want to apologize for the loud outside noise tonight, guys.
Yeah.
It's a packed house tonight. Got DJ Stedman Valentine out here, who's actually one of our players, is a fullback on the speakers, but it's definitely loud. It's crazy atmosphere, really busy, but I want to hear your bold predictions for 2014. Who's your offense and your defensive MVP for 2014?
Oh, wow.
Bold prediction.
Man, I don't know. We've got, I know you're coming in hungry this year. I know you want it. So that kind of changes things on defense for me. But I think offensively, I got to go with Mr. Cody again, unless we got a little surprise for people that's going to be in the backfield this year. I don't think they're going to expect what we're going to throw at them. So the dark horse is my main man in the backfield. The front runner is Cody.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw Sonny Hazelwood in the mix on the MVP this year because I know you want it. So we'll see what happens.
I don't care for MVP. I just care about that championship game. But my bold prediction for 2014, he's actually an offensive lineman. There's two of them. So I think any team starts and ends with your offensive and defensive line.
No doubt.
My MVP for 2014, my bold prediction comes from the offensive line. I got two candidates on there, so we'll see.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, well, thank you. Next week we'll actually have a more in-depth interview, quiet, a little bit more, better environment. But thanks for coming out. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. Thanks, man.
Pretty awesome.
That's good. I like that. That's good. I couldn't hear real well though on some of it.
Well, you'll be able to hear. It's just
I'm making stuff up as I go because I didn't really hear the question.
What up? What's up? All right, so to the left of me, I got Cody Schuster. It's kind of loud in here, isn't it, Cody?
I can't hear you.
I'm going to talk real loud, Cody. Today it's pretty loud in here right now, right?
Yes, it is.
Pretty hectic. Cody was the quarterback for the 2013 Nightmares. How was the first year? How would you reflect on it?
Championship would have been nice, but overall, you have to be sad. I mean, you can't be disappointed with.
We talked to Coach Clipper, the defensive coordinator, and we also talked to head coach Terry Murray. They both were unanimous in our 2000 MVP for our offensive side. For you, how do you feel about that?
I mean, can't do it without the people or the players around you. O-line did their job, and then I had great receivers, especially Herb, Mealing, and Ricky Earl. Call ourselves a Stick'em crew, but it was fun. I couldn't have done it without them, and I'm also blessed with legs I can run too. So, but
I know it's pretty loud in here. It's almost kind of hard to talk because the party's going right now, right?
yeah, it's going. We got Coach Murray out here dancing on the dance floor, getting a little.
Yeah, I actually see head coach Terry Murray on the dance floor right now.
That's what I'm saying. He's out. I don't know who he's grinding with or whatever, but he's getting it in.
It's definitely getting real out here with the coach of steak, the first steak fry of the year.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
but yeah, looking back, obviously we lost the championship game. I think it kind of gave our team, if they weren't hungry before, they're definitely hungry now.
Gotta be, and especially with the talent we've added. I mean, it can only help, and I think it's gonna definitely bring more excitement to the county. Not that it already hasn't, but got a lot of compliments from fans here tonight, and I'm looking forward to 2013.
Yeah,
2014.
Yeah, I know the years are just blending together now. You know, that first game of the year is actually going to be a pretty big one. It's going to tell us a lot about the team. How excited are you for that?
Good. Believe it. Rematch of the championship.
Yeah.
This time we're going to their place. You know, I know they've been putting in work. They've had a lot of talent as well. But I'm looking forward to having a rematch, and hopefully we come out on top this time.
I agree. You know, Ohio Gold Knights are definitely a team I have a lot of respect for. You know, a lot of these teams out here, they kind of do a little bit more talking than they do actually working. I think they're kind of the exception. I think they kind of do things the way we do. I feel like we have a rivalship with them. But I'm definitely looking forward. I respect them, but, you know, respect all, fear none.
Right. I agree. There's that semi-pro board out there. You know, everybody talks, but, you know, OGK, I think, is kind of like us. They kind of just keep quiet and let their playing do the talking for them, and those are the teams you respect.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a unanimous thing out there. I don't think too many of those other teams actually know that we're all a part of that semi-pro board. We just choose not to participate in it.
True. I agree, and, you know, let's keep it that way.
Yeah, I agree. You know, we definitely are conscious of what's going on out there, but at the same time, we're focused on working ahead. We're not focused on to talk about what we're doing. We're focused on actually doing that.
Right, and I mean, our hard work in the weight room right now. Hopefully, we get some actual off-season throwing and whatnot in coming up soon. Get the guys on the same schedule. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be bigger and better than last year.
Awesome. Well, I know it's pretty loud. We're going to definitely get you on with our next few episodes, more of a quiet environment. So we can
of course, who wouldn't want the quarterback?
Yeah, so we can definitely dig into that. What's your 2014 bold prediction for the Nightmares?
I think we're winning it all. Offense, we're going to be averaging like 50 points a game, and defense is going to give up like 0 a game.
I agree. My bold prediction is 7 shutouts for the 2014 season. 7.
7. I'm going. How many games do we have?
Well, with the playoffs, it'll be about 14.
I'm taking the over on that one.
Okay. All right. I like it. Well, thank you guys, fans. We're going to head out for tonight. Definitely look for us in the future. I know it's pretty loud. Bear with us. Next time, we'll definitely be more to climb. We're going to show you some videos. But thank you, everyone. Bye, Lorain County.
Peace.